What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. So, I've been dying to build a new Gunpla for months, and now I finally have gotten my hands on a new Gunpla. Well, actually, like about a month, actually, not really months, but it's been a month since I last had a new Gunpla, and you know what? I really couldn't help myself. So, anyways, here's my review of the HG Strike Noir Gundam. So, as you can see, so this is from Gundam Seed Stargazer, and yeah, so while the mold itself is from 2006, so the mold itself isn't new, but it already has the Bandai Namco label and the blue Bandai Spirits logo. So this is a reprint. So yeah, there are no English blurbs anywhere on this box. So yeah, just the Strike Noir itself. But you know what? I am actually really excited to show you guys because this is how it looks like. Now I'm not really gonna touch uh this on like showing you guys the articulation. Like some of the joints aren't really movable, at least considering like how much things have changed. Again, the original build or the original molding is from 2006, but it is new in the sense that they're used they use new materials for this, I guess. But yeah, anyways, so as you can see here, so this kit comes with a couple of beam shorty rifles. Um, so the parts on the wings that I guess I could remove at least. So, these can be removed. Nah, I'm not going to. But these can turn into like anti-ship swords, and there are like cannons on the wings that you can fold out, as you can see here. So the best thing about this kit is, as you can see, it has an action base that comes included within the kit. Okay, that alone is doing really great wonders for me. So yeah, again, like you have a kit that again allows you to pose your Gundam like this, and definitely I will be using this for future reviews. So with that said, anyways, let's talk about the stuff again. Now as for the accessories, now as for the weapons, again, like I've mentioned, it does come with a couple of beam shorty rifles, which is, I think, one of the signature weapons of the Strike Noir. Anyways, so as you also see here on the side skirts, so there are slots where you can attach the beam shorties when they're not in use, which is actually really nice. So, for example, like you want to put, uh, so you're gonna put them here. Let's say, for example, you're going to use the anti-ship swords, and again, like I folded them out so I can use like kind of like the beam cannons on the wings. So yeah, really nice. So it also comes actually. So I in the box. So it does come with this wire. So because the Strike Noir has some sort of like a grappling wire attachment that you can attach. Like I have some spare parts in the box. Like yeah, like I have these open hand parts, by the way. So yes, Strike Noir comes with open hands like these. So this is one of them. And you can see that on the palm there's a hole that you can attach this wire to. And there is a part that I actually didn't cut, but like there's supposed to be like there you go, like this spike over here. So you can attach that to the tip of the wire, and again, like make it a grappling hook or a grappling wire if you want. So you attach it into the palm like so. But there are other like attachment points like on the back apparently, like here. So right onto the back, you can attach the wire as well. I can't really see very well because the camera is facing you guys. There we go. Like, I can do that, but I'm not really good at pushing it in. And apparently, like, under the feet, there are also like a couple of joints apparently where you can attach this wire. So, depending on how you want, you can attach this anywhere. At least on the attachment points that I have mentioned. So in the OVA, so the Strike Gundam, or the Strike Noir rather, has its own beam rifle, like an actual size beam rifle, but instead of the one used by the Strike Gundam, it actually uses the same beam rifle as that of the Dual Gundam, which is not, again, that beam rifle is not included in this kit, interestingly. But I think like the beam shorties are more than enough to make up with style points. So yeah, I'm fine with that. So again, despite the kit being quite old from 2006, but this is a reprint, so technically it's also like a new Gunpla. So the joints are kind of well, actually look really really tough. Like there's nothing wiggling in here. So there's that. And yeah, I kind of like that, even though like there are uses of poly caps in there, so even the poly caps are quite tight, at least so far, as long as you're not really moving it too much. So yeah, it will last quite a long time. But again, I just love the fact that it does come with its own action base, and actually, like, there's another version of like the stand that you can attach if you want to, but I didn't use. Uh, so you can use this one as well. So you just slide onto these slots. So yeah, there are two attachment points, like so one in the front, one behind. I do recommend using like the back slot though, because like it's more stable looking than in the front, because all that weight should be on the back. So but yeah, like the finished product, not a lot of stickers. So like you have the eyes, and then like on the torso, like this gray part, so that's a sticker. Like on the wings, so like these black parts right here that I'm pointing, and these like red parts on like the wing mounted beam cannon. So again, those are stickers as well. Not a lot, but that's fine. So overall, what I think of the Strike Noir, again, I love the Strike Noir. It's one of my favorite Gundams in the Seed franchise. Yeah, uh, I guess this is my favorite like Alliance suit, if like per faction, like if you ask me. So yeah, this is my favorite Earth Alliance mobile suit. So yeah, again, given that this is a Strike Gundam, uh, you know, uh, based on the original Strike Gundam piloted by Kira Yamato, you can basically use any weapon from the GAT series, or like if you have like striker packs, then you can customize this into like different versions as well, like a launcher Strike Noir, or Ale Strike Noir. I actually love the idea of the Ale Strike Noir. It, like, the backpack just matches the overall color of this thing, you know. Like those things. Or like I'm also imagining like a jet striker noir. Like the jet striker from the Wyndham. I think that's a good match for this as well. Like anything really. That's from like the GAT series of mobile suits. Yeah. So overall, again, like the because this is from 2006, definitely it does not have like the same kind of articulation as something like, I don't know, like my recent builds, like the Justice, um uh, the Immortal Justice or the Murasame Kai. So it's not gonna have that level of articulation, definitely. But again, the joints are very solid and tight, which I love in a model kit. And again, like overall, I just love the badass aesthetics of the Strike Noir. So even though I guess some limitations, or rather issues, so like actually like the beam shorties are kind of loose in my opinion. So instead of like having, so yeah, so it does have like the trigger fingers, by the way. So you can see it's moving a lot like this one. But what I do is like kind of like, instead of like gripping normally, so I would actually like lift the handle and like make it move a little bit. Yeah, so yeah, it just pops off the finger. Yeah, pop it in there. I adjusted, like tilting. There you go. Like by tilting the grip forward, so it actually grips quite tight. But again, it's not really the normal way to grip the beam shorty. So that's one issue right there. But other than that, like once you get it right, uh, you work around it. It's not bad. Again, I also love, again, the fact that it comes with uh, actually like quite a number of accessories that I did not expect. So again, the action base, like Bandai, you really need to do this with all of your high grades, really. You know, like even like a simple action base, like really helps a lot. Especially when you're trying to display in dynamic poses like this. Yeah, uh, like having a built-in, or like having a display, or like having an action base included in the kit is a godsend, really. And again, the wire hook action is an interesting addition. Again, like the wire is really flexible, so like there's a copper wire inside that you can bend, as you would. So that's what you do anyways. So yeah, again, overall, really solid build in my opinion, even though it's technically old. It's 20 years old. My goodness. My goodness. Now that you realize it, it's 20 years old. The mold is 20 years old. Okay? But for me, it holds up. You know. Again, I decided to get this one because I do like the aesthetic of the Strike Noir. And again, it's my favorite Alliance mobile suit. So yeah, you know, I am glad that I got this one. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. So there you go. So do you have an HG Strike Noir, or if you had any issues, let me know down in the comment section. So yeah, with that said, thanks for watching. As always, please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you next time. Bye.